Power does what it wants. Power does what it wants. Power does what it wants.
You hear that, folks? There are two sets of laws. One's for the police and one's for the ordinary citizen.
Everybody can hear me okay out there? I'm Rogue Nation. You guys know me. Coming to you tonight. Pretty excited because the time limit has ran out on Easley to settle the claim that I have against them for their unconstitutional ordinance. So I figured it's time we go ahead and we draw these papers up and we get them shipped out. So I know a lot of people were interested in doing this kind of activism because one, you don't have to suffer an injury when they when the municipality has a policy, a custom, a practice, you know, obviously a policy, ordinance, rule, you know, that's been written down and passed, you know, to the people in the county, then you can sue, you can litigate for that as a violation of your rights. So today, that's what we're going to do. Easley, South Carolina, for those of you that don't know, passed an unconstitutional ordinance, and we have that here today. And it says this ordinance applies to all persons visiting the city of Easley, enclosed city-owned, controlled, and leased properties, including but not limited to City Hall and City Hall Annex, to prohibit the unconsented recording of city employees and citizens conducting legitimate business with the city. Now, right before there, at the beginning, at the very beginning, it says they understand that the First Amendment protects the right to gather information about what public officials do on public property, and specifically a right to record matters of public interest. Okay, it says that right at the beginning, and that down here, it says to prohibit the uncontested recording of city employees and citizens. It miffles me. You know, I'm just like, holy cow, where's the logic, huh? So they passed this. The second reading was in December. I was at that second reading. They did pass the ordinance. And I can get that to you guys if you need me to. Just let me know. But we're not here to look at the ordinance that they passed. We're here to show how to fight against the ordinance that they passed. So we know that the press and the public have the same right of access, right? Brandsburg v. Hayes, we know that. Okay. We also know that obviously there's no privacy in public, right? The wiretapping statutes don't even apply unless there's some kind of expectation of privacy, right? So we know that them trying to restrict areas and then say that we're not allowed to film or audio record in there because, you know, these people aren't going to consent, or they're, you know, they've told their employees not to consent, whatever. That's a violation of our right, right? Because just at the beginning it said we had the right to gather information on what public officials are doing, right? It didn't say we have the right to gather public information on public officials if they consent, right? It didn't say nothing about if they consent, right? Because they've already consented, right? When you take the job of public official, you've consented to being looked at by the citizens and being open for redress and grievances. The littlest employee all the way up to the president, right? Every single one of you people. Okay? So, They're just insane. But they went ahead and they passed it. You guys saw the video at the meeting, the city ordinance meeting. I was there. I told them, listen, if you pass this, we're gonna sue, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. Now, what we're gonna do first, obviously, Easley is in South Carolina. So you'd want to find the district court that is going to be able to service, you know, where you want to send your complaint into. In a lot of states they have different districts, right? But South Carolina, there's only the one. Right, there's like no southern district of South Carolina or middle district of South Carolina or anything of that nature. It's just District of South Carolina, one big happy family. And you know, they do have different courthouses around the state. Because I'm doing one on Easley, this one is going to go end up going to the Greenville area. The Greenville courthouse is where I'm going to send mine to, because I do believe that's the closest one to Easley. So you go to the district court website here, right? And I put it up here on the rules, because they have the federal rules and they have the local rules. And these are your rules of civil procedure. You'll want to read these over and become familiar with those. And then over here on the left, they have a pro se representing yourself. They have the pro se warning. Ooh. And then they have the forms that you'll need to file, and the guide. And then the guide will, and I think it's probably pretty much the same for all the district courts. It gives you like step-by-step instructions on how to go about doing things. So you'll get the forms, right? Let's go over here to forms. And for a non-prisoner, you're going to want the pro se form, non-prisoner. Put a couple links in the description. And I put one up the other day in my community that was talking about Section 1983s and liability. Myself looking for the municipality part, so as you know, 40-60 pages of reading, you know, but yeah. So okay, now when I put it into my system here, it's having me start on the civil cover sheet, which is page number 11, as you can see on the left hand side. So I'm guessing there's a way that they want this to go in, so we're just going to fill that out how they want. And obviously it's going to be a federal question. This over here is for diversity cases only. It says nature of suit. It's going to be other civil rights. Okay, I don't see anything else. they got constitutionality of state statutes, but this is just an ordinance, a city ordinance, so it's not a state statute. This is a original proceeding. Civil statute under which you are filing. 42 USC 1983. Alright, bam. $1 million. Jury demand, yes. No related cases. Alright, so this is today, but I'm gonna get it off today. So let's say Monday I'm busy, probably on the 21st. So I'm gonna title it 3/21/23 is when we'll get it out. And then I'll need my signature here. Just put something in it for now. And let's see, let's go to the next. good. You got to go through all of these. Alright, it's not even worth doing all that, but that's the cover sheet there. So let's see if we can get, alright, this is obviously a summons. And then we just put in Easley's, obviously their name and their address, because you have to send the summons with it as well. But I'm just going to go through here real quick and just show some of this stuff to you. So you guys can, you know, if you want to, do it yourself, if you ever need to. So we already did the civil cover sheet. This will be the actual complaint right here. Let's see what this is up here real quick though. Yeah, these are just fluff stuff. So again, here you would just write out your name of each plaintiff, and then the same thing with defense. Okay, you could fill this all in. I'm not going to fill this in right now. This is a federal question, so to USC 1983. This is the basis for jurisdiction is not diversity, so we don't have to worry about that. This is not for us, the amount in controversy. We're not fighting over money, you know, that would apply to that. So if somebody owed you money, somebody damaged your stuff, you were in a contract with somebody, you know, money controversies like that. Statement of claim, here's where you write a short and plain statement of the claim. Do not make legal arguments, state briefly as possible the facts. So on that, you can state, you know, the reasons why. For easily, alright, so you see it there, guys. The City of Easley, South Carolina passed an unconstitutional ordinance that restricts my rights of free press. And that's basically what they did. You know, so we're going to get into the case law into this, I'm sure. Not here. Because again, as it stated beforehand, they don't want to hear any legal arguments right now, just a plain statement of facts. So that's what it is. And then you can you know, put in your relief here. Like I said, I'm gonna put in for $1 million as punitive damages, so they don't attempt to ever do something like this again. You know, punitive damages are punishment. I mean, there's no way telling how much you could get or not get in punitive, because it's not tied to anything, you know. It's not like it's an injury or anything, as far as like breaking your leg type injuries type stuff goes. But any violation of the First Amendment is a definite injury. But we'll see what they, you know, what they'd give us if we, you know, just ask for that, whatever. So, all right, you guys have it now. You know where to get it from. It's really, you know, pretty easy peasy. It's $400 to file, plus money to serve the defendants. If you don't have money, you can file indigent. Here's a form that you can fill out. It does come with these forms that I showed you where to get. Okay, so you can fill that out if you don't have any money, or you know you're low on money, and put that in and see if it'll go through. Now, if it doesn't go through, you will owe the $402 filing fee. So you know, don't write up 10 lawsuits and send them all out thinking that you'll get them in there without having to pay, because if that, you know, one doesn't go through, or any of them don't go through, then you're going to owe money for the filing fees, $402. So again, yeah, this is something that anybody can do, and in order to help fight against you know, tyrannical ordinances and laws placed on us. I do know there's a lot of cities that were looking into this. I know there's a couple in New York, including Rochester. Some other one, Itchinatackney, Hackney, I don't know, some other really crazy one. There's one down here in Punta Gorda that we're going to file one of these against. Obviously the one in Easley. There's one out there in Sheridan that they're having an issue with. Anybody out west. Now remember, you got to be kind of close to wherever you're filing these at, right? Because you're going to have to go to court, right? So if you live in Maine, you don't want to be filing one of these in Sheridan, you know, because you'll have to go to court eventually if it makes it that far, right? So think with your head. If you're close to any of these areas and you want to put these in, or if you don't mind traveling, you know, once or twice out to Colorado or South Carolina or whatever, you know, it's up to you. If you guys have any questions or comments, you can leave it down below. I will put the link for some information, more information, to help you make better choices on what's going to happen on these. Those will be in the linked comment, the pinned comment. So alright guys, so this will be in, mine will be in by this Tuesday coming up, and hopefully those of you folks that also wanted to jump on that, I hope yours are coming right behind mine, to hold them accountable, you know, to hold them accountable. So alright guys, we'll see you again. Thanks for watching.